What is up guys, Jarv here, back today jumping into Destiny. We are back with another This Week in Destiny, giving you the full breakdown for the up and coming week. Now this week has some juicy story content over the festive period. We have a full breakdown of the featured raid challenge, the exotic mission, as well as a full breakdown of the weekly rituals, seasonal challenges and so much more. So be sure to stick around and enjoy the video. If you do enjoy the video, be sure to leave a comment and rating down below, and remember to subscribe for more Destiny 2 content. We are well on our way to 200k, so make sure to hit that red button and ring that bell to ensure you don't miss an update. But without further delay guys, let's jump into the video. Now another week and another This Week in Destiny. This week marks week 5 of Season of the Wish, and with that we see the continuation of the Wishing All the Best quest. This week also sees a brand new mission called Synesis. We'll need to complete that mission as well as an Ascendant challenge whilst Ascendant, so you will need some Tincture of Queensfall in order to do that. Now you can gain Tincture of Queensfall either from chests in the Dreaming City, or if you pay Petrovenge a visit, she has a stockpile of them, which is absolutely ideal for situations like this. Now from this week onwards, the story will start to spice up week over week. So if you aren't caught up and haven't run the Star-Crossed mission just yet, then make sure to fully catch up over the festive period and jump into the Synesis mission upon this week's weekly reset. Now from here we're going to move on to the featured raid challenge for the Crota's End raid, and this week's challenge can be found over in the Deathsinger encounter. It's called Equal Vessels, and all 6 players must rotate the Chalice of Light buff in the same order throughout the entire fight. And the quickest and easiest way to get this done is to rotate the chalice through all 6 players in the same order immediately during each phase, ensuring you have enough enlightened players to take out all the wizards in order to trigger DPS. All in all, it's a fairly straightforward challenge, and if you and your team can pull this off, then you'll gain access to an additional raid chest and some of that sweet adept raid loot. Now on the subject of raids, we move on to the featured raid and dungeon content for week 5. This week's featured raid is the Vow of the Disciple. Now this launched all the way back in the Witch Queen, and is actually one of the best raids when it comes to incredible weaponry. There are some absolutely top tier weapons in this raid, such as the Forbearance, the Cataclysm, and even the Submission SMG. And on top of those, if you don't have the raid exotic, the Collective Obligation, you can even farm Rolk the final boss this week to get your hands on it. So whether you're chasing weapon patterns for those incredible raid weapons, or you're looking to fill out your collections and earn all the exotics in the game, then this week is most definitely the week to jump back into Vow. As for the featured dungeon, the Prophecy is back. This launched back in Season of Arrivals, and much like the Shattered Throne last week, is in much need of an update. It needs Artifice Armor and more reasons to run this incredible dungeon. What kind of changes would you like to see? Be sure to sound off down in the comments below. Now next up we're going to move on to the featured exotic mission for the week. Now this week's featured mission is the Presage. Now you will need to either own Beyond Light or Season of the Chosen in order to access this. But if you do, then you'll be able to get your hands on the Dead Man's Tail, which is now craftable and even had a new trait added to its perk pool. Alongside that though, you also can get your hands on Season of the Haunted Armor and Weapons. This includes the Nazareth's Whisper, Bump in the Night, Tears of Contrition, Hollow Denial, Firefright, and Without Remorse. That's alongside the opulent weapons such as the Ostringer, Drang, Beloved, Callous Minotaur, on top of the Eidolon Pursuant armor set. Now all these weapons are in fact craftable, so if you are still missing weapon patterns for them, then you can pick up Deep Sight Resonance versions of them in this mission. So if you are still chasing those down, then make sure to add Presage on your list of things to do this week in order to go pick them up. Now from here we're going to move on to Dares of Eternity and the 30th Anniversary Pack activity. Alongside the Scatterhorn armor set from Forsaken, we see the return of the Pathfinder armor set from Season of the Lost. Naturally, alongside Pathfinder armor, we do see Season of the Lost weapons too, including the Fractathist, Chrysuria Mellow, Vulpecula, Wolftone Draw, Ioto Draconis, Canis Major, alongside the Contingency Plan, Legal Action 2, Outrageous Fortune, Still Sybil, and the Spoiler Alert Sidearm. Now none of those weapons are in fact craftable, so if you are still seeking god rolls for those, then make sure to plan your week accordingly, and the weapons and armor can drop during the course of the activity when you complete it, or just by handing in strange coins over at the Star Horse over in the Treasure Hoard. Now from here we're going to move on to the weekly rituals, and we see a returning Nightfall and Grandmaster Nightfall for week 5. This week sees the return of the Corrupted, which launched into Destiny 2 alongside Forsaken. Now the Corrupted has seen a few changes over the last few seasons, which as a result means it's no longer as difficult as it once was. Now alongside the Corrupted, we will either see the return of the Yazume Sniper Rifle or the Braytech Osprey Rocket Launcher. Those are the 2 final weapons in the Nightfall exclusive loot pool that we are yet to see this season. Out of those 2 though, which one would you prefer to chase this week? Be sure to sound off down in the comments below. Now next up we're going to move on to the Crucible featured Rotators. This week sees Checkmate Control alongside Mayhem and Elimination as featured Crucible modes. Now it's not unusual to find seasonal challenges are linked to certain modes such as Mayhem, so if you intend on knocking out all those challenges throughout the course of the season, then make sure to jump into those modes and get those challenges done. And to help support you on your seasonal challenge chase, it is also bonus Crucible rewards all week long. This isn't bonus rank XP, but straight up extra loot upon activity completion. So if there's any weapons in the Crucible loot pool that you've been looking to chase, and considering how fast Mayhem game modes can be, then this week is the week to chase them down. Now from here we're going to move on to the Lost Sector calendar for week 5. This week kicks off over in the Thrilladrome on Tuesday's weekly reset, and we'll be offering exotic chess pieces. As for Wednesday, you can head over to the Gilded Precept for a chance at exotic helmets, with Thursday being found over in Scavenger's Den, and we'll be offering exotic boots. On Friday, with the return of Trials, Skydock is back offering exotic gauntlets, with the Quarry being available over the weekend on Saturday, offering exotic chess pieces. On New Year's Eve, you can head over to Aphelios Rest for another shot at exotic helmets, with the first Lost Sector of 2024 being found over in the Bay of Drowned Wishes, once again offering exotic boots. Now these Lost Sectors do also offer world loot drop weapons, so if there are certain weapons that you're chasing, much like the exotics, be sure to plan your week accordingly. And if you want to check out this calendar in full for yourself, make sure to do so over in Today in Destiny, and as always I'll leave the full link to that down in the video description below. Now to round us out for the week, we're going to head over to the seasonal challenges, and there are 7 seasonal challenges for week 5. The first is called Wish Seeker 5, and you need to complete week 5 of the Wishing All the Best quest. That's followed by Dream Crusher, and he needs to defeat bosses and mini bosses in Riven's Lair or the Coil activity. Next we have Dragon's Defender, and he needs to defeat targets with hand cannons or submachine guns, and you'll gain additional progress from Guardian Final Blows and Final Blows within Riven's Lair or the Coil. Next we have Neptune activities, so in Neomuna you need to complete bounties, patrols, public events and lost sectors. Next we have Commendation Appreciation, and you need to earn progress for giving commendations in the Vanguard, Crucible and Gambit playlists. The penultimate challenge is called Potent Projectiles, and you need to defeat Guardians in Crucible or Gambit with bows, hand cannons, pulse rifles, auto rifles or rocket launchers, and you'll earn bonus progress for rocket launcher Final Blows. And the final challenge for week 5 is called Boss Battle, and he needs to defeat bosses in Strikes or the Vanguard playlist, and bonus progress is granted for defeating bosses on Hero difficulty or higher. So there we have it guys, a good look on everything that you can expect for week 5 of Season of the Wish. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to check out one of the 2 videos you see here in these cards for more Destiny 2 content. And if you want to keep up to date with everything to do with Destiny 2, then be sure to hit subscribe as well. I'm Unported the Game as always guys, and I will catch you all again very soon.